You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count on the ring stuff. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Be hating and talking and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm painting. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Dak going to start out going to the air. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
I think that typically we expect teams to save their home run plays for later in the game when they feel like they have an advantage over a defense. But in this case, they thought they had the advantage right away and took the shot on the first play of the game and completed it successfully.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Texans at 11-2 now, and they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Prescott. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Third down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. Here's Prescott. And he's got his big tight end here. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. That was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get 3, the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early leads. You never give those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start on the ground with Elliott. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in a victory over Arizona.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They go to Elliott again. Room here to run. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 32-yard line.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
What he's saying, I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. Now Lawrence on 1st down. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. There he goes, left side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did,
they're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Here's Prescott. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. They'll run here with Pierce. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Prescott. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Damian Pierce with touchdown number 20 on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
17-0 our score after 1. From the 27, Lawrence. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Elliott on first down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Lawrence will throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Hassan Reddick able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game. And while that sack didn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. Do you think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
And you're down. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. About 3 yards there to the 27.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Touchdown, Texans! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Texans are able to add on to their first-half lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jalen Petrie picks it off. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Pierce now up the middle. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Marcus Davenport able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and their front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Now he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On third down, Elliott. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now Lawrence on third and long. Looking deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go again here with Akers. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Christian Harris. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Baker. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down, it's Baker. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Going for it with Pierce. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Marcus Davenport picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety.
He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Going right back to Akers. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. They'll give this to Akers running right. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And now here's another interception. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. Always got some breathing room. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And they will take a knee here. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnover.